Welcome back. All right, so first game of the day out of 13, and the second game's to coming up, which is the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. So looking forward to that one. And I intend to do a review of that game on its own as well. It makes it easier for me to do the review tonight and get the power rankings up a little bit sooner. So the Ottawa Senators in against the Philadelphia Flyers, and this is a rematch from earlier in the month where Philly went into Ottawa and beat them 2-1. Ottawa came into this winless in 7. And this might have been the best game I've seen them play this season, even though the shots would tell you Philly had their opportunities. So there was a nice ceremony for Giroux before the game. Claude Giroux's return to Philadelphia. The warm and fuzzy feelings didn't last that long into the game, though. So we had Talbot versus Hart. Lawton and Allison were both denied on a turnover opportunity that the Flyers got early on. Kelly has a net drive that's blocked. Stützle with a near miss on a rush. The shots are 3-2 for the Flyers at 3.5 minutes. Ristolainen has a shot that tips wide, but then Hayes would open the scoring for Philadelphia from Konechny and Farabee at 6:05, and it was on a rebound after Konechny was denied. So really nice save by Talbot, and then the rebound goes out to Hayes, who buries it. The shots are 7-2 in favor of the Flyers at 7.5 minutes. They were in complete control at that stage. Pinto then had a rush chance that was held. Chabot has a net drive that was saved. The hits picked up a bit at the half. It was a pretty heavy hitting game. The Sens press with 9.5 minutes left. We got a fight between Bernard Docker and Konechny. It didn't last that long. I applaud Bernard Docker for standing up for himself, but Konechny won that fight. Giroux was unhappy too. You could see, like they showed in between whistles, he was going at some of his former teammates. Wasn't happy with some of the chippy play going on out there. The Senators press with 7.5 minutes left. Good pace. This game went fast in the first period. We then had a fight between Kastelik and D'Angelo. So there you go, another fight. That's 2. Those were the only fights in the game, though. Chabot then scores to tie it from Giroux and Tkachuk at 14:28, and he buries it on a breakaway. So nice goal there for Chabot, and that ties the game at 1. Senators press, but they take a penalty in the offensive zone with 4:21 left. Those are the penalties that drive a coach insane. Flyers couldn't set up, though. It's killed off. No shots that I saw. The Flyers press with a minute and a half left. Momentum is shifting back and forth in this period, though the shots are almost 2-1 for Philadelphia in the first period. McEwen has a rush chance that's held, but again, even though the shots are where they are, it felt like it was a pretty evenly played period. Second period, Stützle and Batherson nearly give the Sens the lead early in that period. Batherson's then denied on a rush. Sanheim misses one in close. Watson had a chance that was held. Good chances both ways in this period at that point. Senators press at 4 minutes, tip it at a break. That was saved. The Flyers came out of it with a power play. They may have wanted a penalty shot there, but it ends up being a power play instead. Joseph nearly gets a shorthanded goal during that. The Flyers aren't able to really get it set up. It's killed off. Just one shot allowed during that power play. The Senators then press at 7 minutes. Konechny has a shot that's held. Flyers go back to the power play. That led to a shorthanded rush for Kelly, and his opportunity was saved by Hart. And another aggressive penalty kill by the Ottawa Senators. Very good PK work from them today. Allison's denied in close. That power play is killed off. Allison was down. The trainer attended to him. He left for some repairs. And it was a collision with Bernard Docker that caused him to have to make a little bit of an exit there. Sedlak's then denied on a rush. Talbot was busy through those first 2 periods and just really solid. There's the rebound that Hayes put in there, but outside of that, Talbot had a really good game. So, Sens get a power play with 1:44 left, and they score on it at 19:11. It's DeBrincat. He scores from Tkachuk and Stützle. It's a cross-crease pass. He buries it, and it ended a 6-game goalless drought for DeBrincat. We know he can be hot and cold. It appears he's heating up again. 22.1 seconds left. The Sens go back to the power play, so that rolls over into the third period. Early in the third, during said power play, Chabot gets shaken up on a hit from Konechny. He exited. Didn't see him come back into the game. Sens couldn't set up. The Flyers finished off the kill after that. Hamonic blocks a shot as the Flyers press. Hamonic would exit as well. Provorov has a shot that deflects wide. Sens go back to the power play. Flyers don't let them set up. Batherson's robbed in close, but then DeBrincat. DeBrincat scores from Brassard and Giroux at 6:52 on the power play with 18 seconds left in it. So it took them a while to set up, but once they got set up, they get the goal. And so that's 2 power play goals for Ottawa, who've been having problems with their power play during the long 7-game losing streak. So that one's buried from a sharp angle by DeBrincat. Lawton's then denied as he's trying to answer. It was Lawton that was in the box when that second DeBrincat power play goal was scored as well. Flyers press at 8 minutes, but they're kept to the outside. The fans call one, the ref doesn't. Flyers had some momentum going on here, but again, a lot of shots on the net. Not really. Not like the first 2 periods. And there was a lot of bend, don't break kind of defense from the Ottawa Senators at this stage. Clock definitely favored the Sens at this point. Keep in mind that with the Ottawa Senators minus 2 defensemen, they were down to 4 defensemen for the final half of the 3rd period. DeBrincat has a rush chance that's blocked. Pinto couldn't bury it. The Bluebirds are out in Philly late in this one because the Ottawa Senators are ragging the puck, so they're just playing keep away and taking time off the clock. Philly fans know what's going on. They didn't like it. Things get kind of pushy after a hold by Talbot. Hayes is denied as the Flyers press. Giroux nearly banks one in off Hart. He saw an opening there that almost was there. So, sensing that this game is getting away from them and that they need a goal immediately, the goalie gets pulled with 4:10 left, and not long after the goalie's pulled, Stützle would hit the empty net from Tkachuk at 16:06. The Ottawa Senators end this losing streak with a very solid game. 5-8-1 is the record now with the 4-1 victory. The Flyers 7-5-2 with the loss. The shots in this one, 17-9 Philadelphia in the first, 13-8 Philadelphia in the second, 10-8 Ottawa in the third as they lock it down. Final shots 38-27 for Philadelphia. Power plays, Ottawa 2 for 3, Philadelphia 0 for 3. The hits are 59-37 Philadelphia. Talbot saves 37 out of 38. Hart saves 23 out of 26. And so now we see whether or not Ottawa can get a roll going. And for Philadelphia, it's starting to feel like it's rolling off the tracks. Right? The fast start to the season's kind of off. They're down to 7-5-2, but they're still in the hunt. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.